Good evening. The Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District Board of Trustees is now convened in a regular meeting on Monday, August 13, 2018, in the boardroom of the Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District Instructional Support Center, located at 10300 Jones Road, Houston, Texas. I want to welcome the members of our audience and our television viewers to this meeting of the Board of Trustees. As the Cypress-Fairbanks Board of Trustees, we're here to set goals, listen to reports from the superintendent, approve budgets, contracts, personnel appointments, and make policy for the district. It is not the role of the board to make day-to-day operational decisions. The management and day-to-day operation of the district are the responsibility of the superintendent. We have policies and procedures in place to resolve concerns and issues. This is a public meeting of the Board of Trustees, not a meeting of the public. Prior to this meeting, board members received information related to items on tonight's agenda. Agenda items will not necessarily be handled in the order listed on the notice. The meeting is open to all who wish to attend and hear the matters discussed. During the course of this meeting, the board may determine that a closed session is necessary. In that event, the board will meet in closed session to consider matters duly posted for this meeting as permitted by sections 551.071 through 551.084 of the Texas Government Code. These proceedings are airing live on CFTV, Channel 16, and CFTV online on the district website. They will also be rebroadcast throughout the month on Channel 16 and available as video on demand on the website. For the tape to adequately reflect the proceedings, I respectfully ask that you please refrain from talking while others are speaking and that cell phones are turned off or in silent mode. Thank you for taking the time to join us this evening and for your interest in the Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District. I would like to also take this time to an opportunity to recognize our community leadership members who are in attendance in this meeting. They are Julie Heineman, Danica Smithwith, and Kelly Ray. Would you all stand, wave, so we can see you? Hi. Thank you. We also are very fortunate to have representatives from two Boy Scout troops, Troop 1478. If you would stand, Matthew and Kenny Morton, also Brock Aldridge and Bruce Aldridge. Let's thank them. And also from Troop 277, we have Lance Neathart. Is he? There he is. Thank you. Now, if you will, would you join me for an invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance? Tonight's invocation will be given by Ryan Weems. Ryan is the senior pastor of Christ Covenant Church in North Houston, surrounded by several Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District campuses. They encourage and assist many of our students. We appreciate your support, Ryan, and look forward to the growing in our relationship with you and welcome you to give our invitation tonight.
If you would, please bow your heads with me as we pray. God, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for these high-capacity board members, this amazing school district, and this work that's being done here in Cy-Fair ISD. And I pray your supernatural blessing over the board, the administration, the faculty, the teachers, the students, and their families. May you give them supernatural strength and progress to fulfill our mission to lead, to learn, empower, achieve, and dream. We pray for your blessing and divine protection over this new school year that's upon us. May you build up a hedge of protection around our campuses and send your angels to surround our students, administration, and faculty. I pray for wisdom to be imparted over this board meeting and the other ones that will follow this year. We ask you, God, that your favor and advancement would mark Cyfair ISD, and that it would continue to remain one of the top school districts in the nation, helping students like my own two kids to become world changers, world shapers. We thank you for hearing our prayers today, and it's in Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.
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 Amen. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Board Member Debbie Blackshear will read the district's vision and mission statement for the benefit of the audience.
Our vision statement is learn, empower, achieve, dream, lead. Our mission statement, maximize every student's potential through rigorous and relevant learning experiences, preparing students to be 21st century global leaders.
Thank you, Debbie. We've been joined by some more members of Troop 1478. And would you all stand? We're glad to have you here. Thad Ranch, Carlston Hendrich, Colby Lawton, Larson Cryer, Bowen Bright, and Sam Stoney. Glad to have you with us tonight. We will now move on to the special recognitions portion of the agenda. The superintendent will make remarks and announcements, including the honors and achievements earned by staff and students in recent weeks.
Thank you, Dr. Ogletree, board members. And first of all, not on my script, but I would like to say it's so good to see our Boy Scouts back with us. That means school's about to start just around the corner, and I don't know of any finer group of young men than we have in this school district than our Boy Scouts. So thank you all for being here this evening. 2 CFISD transportation employees were recognized and earned end-of-year awards at the 45th Texas Association of Public Transportation Conference and Trade Show. In addition, a CFISD shop foreman won the technician competition, earning an invite to compete at the National Association of Pupil Transportation's 44th Annual Conference in October. CFISD's Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Camp wrapped up its second year as a summer camp pilot program. 138 middle school students attended the camp at Jersey Village and Cy Lakes High School, supported through District Title I funds. The camp's focal group was economically disadvantaged students. The days were filled with hands-on experiments, projects, and other objectives related to STEM. CFISD softball players Kat Krenek, Janaya Thomas, Layla Lynch, and Abriana Garcia were named to the 2018 Texas Sports Writers Association All-State Softball Team. Teams were selected by TSWA members based on nominations from coaches and media members from around the state. We also have been busy this summer. We had several people that had the opportunity to promote within the district, and we lost 2 or 3 people outside the district, which made opportunities for some of our people inside. And you know, one of the things that we like to say is we have opportunity for all, and that includes students but that also includes teachers, that includes staff, and that includes community members. So we recently selected 5 new assistant superintendents and 3 new principals, and I will turn it over to Roy Garcia to begin the introductions.
Thank you, Dr. Henry. President Ogletree and Board of Trustees, our first introduction this evening is for the new principal for Rennell Elementary School, Mrs. Meredith Akers. Ms. Akers received her Bachelor of Music degree from Houston Baptist University and her Master of Education from Lamar University. Ms. Akers has 12 years of experience in the education profession. She began her career as a teacher in Cypher, serving at Black Elementary as a music teacher and then as a second grade teacher. She also served as an instructional specialist at Farney Elementary. In 2011, she moved to Alt Elementary, where she served for 7 years as an assistant principal. Meredith has also served as a summer school principal at Lambkin Elementary and as a mentor for new assistant principals. She has also participated in the Aspiring Principals Institute. Ms. Akers is married to Joseph, who is the choir director at Cypress Springs High School. They have 2 children, Madison and Jackson. Madison will be a second grader at Rennell, and Jackson is 3 and a future CFISD student. When Meredith is not working, she enjoys learning about technology tools and blogging at her website. Also, she enjoys singing and leading worship with her husband at their church. Please join me in congratulating Meredith Akers on her new leadership opportunity.
Dr. Ogletree, Board of Trustees, Dr. Henry, thank you so much for the opportunity to serve as principal at Rennell Elementary. I really can't even express how thrilled and honored I am to get to continue the tradition of excellence there with the students, staff, and community. It's especially significant for me to be named principal of Rennell because Mrs. Betty Rennell was my elementary principal from kinder through 5th grade. So it's amazing to get to come full circle and serve as principal at a school that was my principal's namesake. I would love to introduce you to my family. This is Madison, who will be coming to Rennell with me. This is Jackson. He is one of our tiniest Cypher learners. He attends the ELC program. So even though he's just 3, he's attending there. Joseph Akers, who is the choir director at Cypress Springs High School. My mom, Marion Hemingway, who was an elementary principal's secretary for many, many years, so I listened to her wisdom because she knows a lot about how to run a school. And my dad, John Hemingway, who taught at Arnold and Goodson Middle Schools for many, many years. Hemingway Elementary is named for him because he inspired many, including me. And thank you, Dad, because you are my inspiration for going into education. I have many mentors here, including Lillian Chastain, who there you are, Lillian, who tapped me on the shoulder my first year teaching and said, I see leadership in you. And so thank you, Lillian. And Trisha Riley is here, who many, many, many countless hours has spent mentoring me along the way. And Jeff Lecoq, who's given me so many leadership opportunities. Thank you to my mentors. I think maybe Jackson is ready to go celebrate outside. But thank you so much, Board of Trustees. I'm truly honored. Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. Our next introduction this evening is for the new principal for Postmont Elementary School, Mrs. Terry Bell. Ms. Bell received her Bachelor of Science degree from Texas A&M University and her Master of Education from Stephen F. Austin University. Terry has 19 years of experience in the education profession. She served as a teacher at Cook Middle School, Langham Creek High School, and Winfern High School. Terry also served as a math interventionist at Campbell and Thornton Middle Schools and as an academic achievement specialist at Truett Middle School. She then moved to Hare Grove Elementary, where she served as an assistant principal for 8 years. Terry has served as a summer school principal, participated in the Aspiring Principals Institute, and mentored new assistant principals. Terry and her husband Jerry have 2 children. Their son graduated from Cypher High School and is attending Mays Business School at Texas A&M. Their daughter graduated from Cypress Creek High School and received her nursing degree from the University of Houston. When Terry is not working, she loves to spend time with her family, gardening, and I really like this one, and driving her tractor on her farm in Central Texas. Please join me in congratulating Terry Bell on her new leadership opportunity.
I'd like to say thank you so much, President Ogletree, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, for this amazing opportunity. I am truly blessed to be a part of this district who literally raised me as an educator, so thank you very much. A special thank you to my family, my mom and my dad, Pete and Kathy Thomas, are here with me tonight, and my son, Tracer, and my husband, Jerry, for all that they've done. And my daughter has some kind of nursing thing tonight. I don't know. She's always working. But I can't leave without saying how much I appreciate the opportunity to serve the Postma community, to be a part of that community, and the families and the children. I can't wait to meet them all. In just a few weeks, they're going to be walking up my front door, and every day we think about that. And then also, I'd like to say a special thank you to Drenda Klein, who's been my friend and mentor, who taught me so much about leadership. And as I look around the room, so many of the people that have helped me become who I am today are here with me. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I look forward to serving our district.
Our next principal introduction this evening is for the new principal for Francone Elementary School, Mrs. Melissa Martin. Ms. Martin received her Bachelor of Science degree from Baylor University and her Master of Education from the University of Texas in Arlington. Melissa has 13 years of experience in the profession. She served as a fourth grade teacher at Sheridan Elementary School for 7 years. During this time, she was recognized as the Teacher of the Year and as a model literacy teacher. She served as an Assistant Director of Curriculum for Community Programs and Interim Director of the Early Learning Center. Melissa was then selected as an assistant principal at Francone Elementary, where she has served for the past 5 years. In addition, she has served as the program director for the DeBusk Enrichment Center for Academically Talented Scholars since 2006. She also participated in the Aspiring Principals Institute. Melissa and her husband Ashley are avid Baylor fans and try to attend a few football games each season. They also like to travel and consider themselves to be foodies as they enjoy sampling cuisine from around the world. Melissa likes running and spending time with their Bernie-doodle puppy, Birdie, and with her niece and 6 nephews. Please join me in congratulating Melissa Martin.
Dr. Ogletree, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, thank you so much for the opportunity to continue serving at Francone in this capacity. Over the last 5 years, a special place in my heart has formed for the faces that walk those hallways, and I am so privileged to be able to walk alongside them towards the great things that we have in store. I would like to recognize and thank my husband, Ashley, who has been one of my fiercest supporters and is always applauding my dedication to education, and a special thank you as well to the administrators that I've worked under in Cy-Fair ISD, in particular Dr. Goree, who has been one of my biggest cheerleaders, and I hope to be that same presence in the lives of our Falcons moving forward. Thank you again.
Thank you, Melissa. That concludes our new principals, and we'll begin now with our new assistant superintendents. Our next introduction is for our new Assistant Superintendent for Elementary School Administration, Mrs. Christina Cole. Ms. Cole received her Bachelor of Science from the University of Houston and her Master of Education from Prairie View A&M. Ms. Cole has completed 23 years in the education profession. She began her career as a bilingual teacher in Spring Branch ISD and then moved to Cypress-Fairbanks, where she served as a bilingual teacher at Frazier Elementary School. From 2001 to 2005, Christina served as an assistant principal at Walker and Metcalf Elementary Schools. In 2005, she was named principal at Holmesley Elementary School, where she served for 6 years. And in 2010, she was selected by her peers as a Region 4 Elementary Principal of the Year. In 2011, Christina was selected as a Director of Human Resources, where she served for 7 years. Christina and her husband Brad have 2 children, Blake, who is a senior at Texas A&M, majoring in nuclear engineering, and Christiana, who is a sophomore at Blinn and hopes to teach in Cy-Fair one day. Both are graduates of Cypress Creek High School. When Christina is not working, she enjoys being outside, spending time with family, reading, running, and simply relaxing. Please join me in congratulating Christina Cole.
Thank you. Dr. Ogletree, Board of Trustees, Dr. Henry, I just want to thank you for this amazing opportunity to serve in this role. I am equally grateful and honored to do so. Also, I'm equally just excited about joining the school administration team and supporting our amazing campus leaders. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my husband, because for many years he has just been my rock and the person who's always supported me in my endeavors. And then I'd also like to thank my parents who could not be here this evening. My mom, she's watching hopefully live if we got the technology working. Really for their sacrifice of leaving Havana, Cuba in the 60s to come here and to give us a better life. Because if that would have not happened, I would have not had these amazing opportunities, and I truly feel blessed because of that. And I think as I get older, I'm certainly more appreciative of the sacrifice that they made. And then lastly, I have many mentors and friends that have just been cheerleaders and have just supported me along the way, and I'm just so grateful for them. So tonight with me, I have my husband, Brad Cole, Blake, and his girlfriend, Marley, Christiana, soon to be Cypher ISD employee, Yvette Dawson, who is a teacher at Hopper, her son, Connor, who's at Smith Middle School, and then my baby sister, Sandra, and her husband, Brian, and my dear friend, Jill Smith, also as well. So thank you again for this amazing opportunity. I'm just thrilled to be here and look forward to serving in this new role.
Dr. Ogletree, Board of Trustees, Dr. Henry, it's my pleasure to introduce the new Assistant Superintendent of Communication and Community Relations, Ms. Leslie Francis. Leslie, a Cypress Creek High School graduate, has spent her 30-year career in education serving Cypress-Fairbanks ISD. She began as a science teacher, team leader, and computer liaison at Watkins Middle School, where she served for 7 years before moving on to technology as an instructional technology coordinator. After giving birth to premature twins in 1997, Leslie transitioned to a contractor role, serving as the district webmaster and social media manager for 17 years. In 2014, Leslie was promoted to her most recent role, the Director of Marketing and Business Relations. Under Leslie's leadership, the district substantially increased the number of adopt-a-school partnerships, mentors, and business partners, as well as launched the district's first marketing campaign. Additionally, advertising revenue and events sponsorships increased significantly under her leadership. Leslie earned a Bachelor of Business Administration from the University of Texas at Austin, and in addition to her work experience, Leslie has served as an active volunteer and currently serves on the boards for the Cypher Chamber of Commerce and the Cypher Educational Foundation. We're very excited about the future of the department under Leslie's leadership, and so please join me in congratulating Leslie on her new role.
Thank you. Dr. Ogletree, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, thank you so much for this opportunity. You know, communication has never been as instant or as permanent or as important as it is today, and I take this role very seriously in this new position. Tonight I have a couple of people I'd like to introduce to you all. My husband and #1 head cheerleader of all time, 32 years, Dick Francis. My longest fans, my mother and father, Ann and Baines Manning. My son and daughter, Jennifer and Jordan Francis, are twins. They recently graduated from college, and Jordan is now working in the energy business here in Houston. Jennifer is a brand new employee of CFISD, having completed her first day of staff development today. She's a kindergarten teacher at Adam Elementary. Dr. Henry often talks about the people that cross our paths and the forks in the road and where they lead them. And certainly one of those people for me is here with us tonight. There are many in this room that I attribute my current position to, but none more than Carolyn Spillane. Thank you for being here tonight. I am fortunate to be leading 4 very strong people on our team. I am so appreciative of the talents and creativeness of Dave DeJean, head of CFISD Cinema, Joel Wickerly, Director of Communication, Irene Ruiz, Director of Community Programs, and our newest director, Bevan Gordon, Director of Marketing and Business Relations. I just really appreciate this new role, and I look forward to serving this district in the best way possible. Thank you.
Dr. Ogletree, board members, and Dr. Henry. I am proud to introduce the new Assistant Superintendent for School Improvement and Transformation, Dr. Tonya Goree. Dr. Goree earned a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education from Lamar University, a Master's in Education and Educational Administration from Prairie View A&M University, and a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership from the University of Houston. Dr. Goree began her career in Fort Bend ISD, where she served as a teacher and a math instructional specialist. She served 8 years in Aldine ISD as an assistant principal at an intermediate school before joining the Cypher ISD family as an assistant principal at Tips Elementary in 2009. The following year, she was named principal of Lee Elementary, and in 2015 was named principal of Franconia Elementary and remained in that role until this new assignment. She built a student-focused climate and culture at Franconia Elementary, which resulted in incremental growth in student achievement and removing Franconia Elementary from the state's PEG list. In 2016, Dr. Goree was selected by her peers as a CFISD Region 4 Elementary Principal of the Year. Tonya and her husband Kelton have 2 daughters, and I am very excited to have her join the Curriculum and Instruction and Accountability team and be a support to our campus principals and the leadership teams. Please help me congratulate Dr. Tonya Goree.
Thank you. This new opportunity will afford me the chance to impact the lives of so many students, and because of that, I am extremely excited to serve CFISD in this capacity. So thank you, Dr. Ogletree, Dr. Henry, the Board of Trustees, and Dr. Macias for trusting me with this responsibility. Celebrating with me today, I have my husband, Kelton, who's gonna stand. We are the parents of 2 daughters. Our oldest daughter is a coordinator for child advocates, and our youngest daughter, we dropped off in San Antonio yesterday to start Texas A&M as a freshman this coming fall. My sisters, Hester Williams and Tracy Dorsey. My dad was on the way, but he drives the speed limit, so, and he was coming from Splendora, so who knows what time he'll be here, but my dad is also on the way to support me. Thank you all very much.
Dr. Ogletree, members of the board, Dr. Henry, it is my distinct pleasure to announce Mr. Matt Morgan as our new Assistant Superintendent for Facilities and Construction. He is now overseeing our Cypher ISD facilities planning, construction, maintenance, operations, and energy management departments. After proudly serving our country in the U.S. Army as a paratrooper, Matt served as the general manager at Vera Peretti's Italian restaurant for 3 years before starting his career in education. He joined Victoria ISD in 1994, spending 5 years as Director of Food Services before leaving and accepting a position at Rice University as the Associate Director of Food Operations. In 2000, Matt joined the Cypher ISD family as the Director of Food Services and was instrumental in the planning and designing of many of our campus kitchens and serving areas throughout the district. He was promoted in 2012 as the Assistant Superintendent of Support Services, overseeing the Nutrition Services, Purchasing, Distribution, and Transportation departments. The Operations Department was added to Matt's responsibility in 2014. Matt received a Bachelor of Science from Texas Tech University and a Master of Business Administration from the University of Houston in Victoria. Please help me welcome Matt Morgan to his new leadership role and opportunity.
Dr. Ogletree, members of the board, Dr. Henry, I just am truly blessed to be provided with this opportunity. I want to thank you so much. Just the opportunity to work in Cypress-Fairbanks over the last 18 years has provided me so many leadership opportunities and growth, and I really do appreciate the opportunity to join the maintenance, operations, facilities, and construction departments. I've known most of these gentlemen for many years. Actually, Archie and I were introduced at the same board meeting in 2000, along with you, Mr. Sprague. So these are my friends. It's a privilege to be on their team. They do so much on a day-to-day basis. It's amazing what they can do and construct, and you'll see that pretty soon when they're finished. It's just been an amazing opportunity and experience. I would like to thank my old support services departments, food service, transportation, even Mr. Powell. You guys were awesome. You always made me look so good, and I appreciate it. I'm going to miss you, but I'll still be here just across the street. I would like to introduce my wife, Cherie, who is, yeah, I'm going to make you stand up, who wore heels tonight. Specifically told her to wear flats. She's the only one who hasn't changed in the last 18 years. She looks exactly the same as she did when she was introduced in 2000. No, but she has been so supportive, and I really appreciate her. So thank you for being here, sweetheart. My oldest son graduated from Texas Tech. He couldn't be here tonight. He's in New Jersey doing some training with Direct Energy. We dropped my daughter off at the University of Texas yesterday because she apparently likes Austin better than she likes Houston. I think I can understand why. I still can't do that, Dr. Henry. So I just want to thank you all for this opportunity. I look forward to working with my new team. Thank you.
Now, last but not least, I would like to introduce Mr. William Powell as our new Assistant Superintendent of Support Services. Bill is now overseeing our Cypher ISD Nutrition Services, Transportation, Purchasing, and Distribution departments. Bill began his career in public transportation as a school bus driver in 1989 for Canyon Independent School District while attending West Texas A&M University, and was later promoted to dispatcher and supervisor before graduating. He then joined Bowles ISD, serving as an elementary special needs teacher while also driving a route and field trips. In 1996, Bill returned to Canyon ISD as the Director of Transportation. He moved to the Houston area in 1997, serving as the Magnolia ISD Director of Transportation for 4 years before joining Cypher ISD in 2001 as our Assistant Director of Transportation for Human Resources. In 2013, he was then promoted to our Director of Transportation and was responsible for coordinating and directing the functional operation of our transportation program that now transports more than 80,000 students daily. Bill received his Bachelor of Science degree in History from West Texas A&M University and his Master of Science degree in Organizational and Human Resource Development from Abilene Christian University. He recently served as the Texas Association for Pupil Transportation President. Please help me welcome Bill Powell in his new role.
Thank you, and just like everyone else tonight, I'm extremely humbled and honored to be able to serve in this new capacity, and Dr. Ogletree, board members, Dr. Henry, I certainly appreciate that opportunity. Roy, I thank you very much for your leadership, but the board and Dr. Henry as well, your leadership, we couldn't do what we do every single day if it wasn't for this board, and I've never seen one like it before. This is my 30th year in public education, and you're just incredible, and I thank you for what you do for our community and for our students, so thank you very much. I do have, you can applaud for that, yeah. I do have, none of my family members were able to make it. They're still up in the Texas Panhandle, so I do have some of my transportation family here tonight. I don't know that I can introduce all of them tonight, but if you wouldn't mind standing and be recognized. These are a lot of our area directors, transportation supervisors from our department. And I want to thank them for making me look good every day It's certainly going to be a challenge to fill Mr. Morgan's shoes, but I'm up for the challenge and looking forward to working with the other support departments to do what we can and make or do what we need to do to support our campuses and our students and our community. So again, thank you very much for the opportunity, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.
Just one quick word before I turn it back over to Dr. Ogletree, and I'm sure those watching at home and those of you who are in here, you know, Cypher ISD is blessed to have a very deep bench, and all 7 that were introduced tonight, they're going to make our district stronger, and there's so many people under them and behind them ready to take those leadership steps also. So it's really great to be superintendent in Cypher ISD, because not just this 7, but I'm surrounded by so many good people. So thank you very much.
Let's take a 10-minute break, and so we can greet all of our new appointees and all of our Scout troop members can leave if they so wish. Okay, we will now reconvene. Thank you. We're now in the board comment section of our agenda. Any board member may make a comment during this portion of the agenda without prior posting being required. Comment items may not pertain to the character of any student, staff, or board member and may not be discussed or deliberated upon at this meeting. Do we have any board members? Yes, Ms. Hudley.
Thank you. I just want to welcome back all of our staff. I know it's going to be another great year. And I want to encourage everyone to watch our meeting. We had a committee of the whole meeting on Thursday night and went in depth into the security action plan that the district has proposed and is putting measures into play. It was a really good meeting, lots and lots of information about what we are doing to make our schools as safe as possible. So I encourage everybody to watch that. The link is on the website. Thanks.
All right. Ms. Blackshear.
Good evening. I would like to commend our district. So many different departments work so hard to put on training for existing staff and new teachers. A couple of weeks ago, I attended a substitute teacher recognition, and that was so well done, and so I feel important. It was the first one ever done, but to let our substitutes know how important they are to help us in the mission of educating our kids and the other various roles that they fill. And then this past week had the opportunity to attend the annual leadership conference that was totally amazing. And through all my years in credit unions, I have attended many both state and national conferences, but the speaker that they had this year was the most outstanding speaker I think I've ever heard, and I loved her message of communicating to our students and also to our staff that you matter, and talking about choosing to matter and letting your coworkers, your students know that they matter to you, because I really feel like this could be a life changer for many of our students. And I hope that our principals intend to carry that theme out in their school this year, because I think it has such a potential for making a big difference. And then Friday, our new teacher orientation was so well done as well. And I want to welcome our new teachers. As I told many that day, I'm so happy that they chose us, because as Dr. Henry has said many times, I too believe we are a destination school district. And I would also like to welcome back all of our staff back to the new school year, and our students are coming back, and I hope that we have a safe school year. I know, as Christine mentioned, the school safety and security report that we had at the committee of the whole meeting, I really feel our administration and all the other educators and administrators who participated on that committee have done an outstanding job of trying to ensure the safety of our students and our staff. And I just hope that it's a great 2018 for all of our students and staff, and I pray that it'll be a safe school year as well. Thank you.
The school year has started off in fine form with a welcome reception for our substitutes, the annual leadership conference, the Cyfair Educational Foundation scholarship reception, and new staff orientation. Deborah and Sharita, I spoke with over 20 members of our new staff, and I was impressed with their enthusiasm and obvious talent. You and your team, once again, have done a remarkable job of refilling the pipeline. I met 5 coaches, Ray, 2 with significant experience and 3 others, including a Mariner, all of whom were glad to have arrived at Cyfair. As part of the Cyfair family, I met 3 new staff who were children of existing staff, and they likewise were thrilled to have arrived. Add to the mix 3 teachers whose effervescence matched that of the principal of the campus where they are headed. There were many others I spoke with, but to top it off, as I was leaving, a teacher of German who just joined the Bridgeland faculty stopped me on the way out to say, "Thank you for your part in putting this on." She felt exceptionally welcome and was glad to be part of Cyfair. I couldn't say much other than welcome to the family. Roy, you and your team hit yet another home run. I seldom get to brag on what you do. So much of it is not so visible, but your work is always on display, whether we're introducing new principals, but also at the annual leadership conference. You are constantly developing talent for this district. And Commissioner Morath always wants to know how does Cyfair do what it does, and you're part of that reason in a very significant way. So thank you. Dave and his elves created their magic, making the difficult look easy, and in so doing reminded all through imagery and words that excellence is what we strive for throughout this land that we call Cypress-Fairbanks ISD. I was thrilled that a business leader agreed to be mentor for my scholarship recipient. A well-spoken speaker at this event proved that the adage that the apple does not fall from the tree. And let us not forget the story of the starfish and the gentleman who conveyed that message. Truly an exceptional community. 2 more quick comments. I was stopped at lunch by a gentleman who expressed his appreciation for not only the safety rollout that was explained by members of the district, the enhanced safety it afforded our children and staff, but oddly enough, the questions the board asked that helped illuminate different facets of the safety rollout. Add to the mix a grandmother who stopped me at the Y as I was getting ready to go in for my daily exercise to mention that she thought the district was doing an exceptional job for each and every one of her grandchildren. And believe me, she had a big family. She told me about each and every one of them, but also for the grandchildren of her friends. Cyfair family, I know we're off to another great year. So thank you, one and all.
Dorothy?
Thank you, Dr. Ogletree. I wanted to say thank you to all of our staff and students that participated in our summer programs. You know, they do a lot of great work over the summer to get either caught up or get a little extra work for the next year, and I'm always impressed when I visit the summer schools. Camp Summit is amazing, and Algebra Camp is likewise just as wonderful. And I think it's great that our staff is willing to help during the summer and that students are willing to commit and go to school during the summer. So thank you. And I would remind everybody that this is an odd time of the year that we're going to get to have a chance to vote. So August 25th is a Harris County bond election for some bond work that could possibly help our Cypress Creek area. So please find out about that and go vote. Early voting has already started, and there's hardly a crowd. So be sure and vote for the August 25th Harris County election. Thank you.
I echo everyone's well wishes for those returning to school. I know we're going to have a great year. This past weekend was volleyball season. Kind of started off with the Cy-Fair Katy volleyball tournament, and Cy-Fair coach Donna Bonatti racked up her 700th win. That's a lot of victories, which is impressive, but I think what's more impressive is the impact that she's had on students and on student athletes, and what you've seen is that a lot of her former players are now educators or coaches, and that's just an awesome legacy for somebody to have. And then my last comment is today is Darcy Mongoya's birthday.
Oh, Darcy.
So I hope she has a great birthday for at least the rest of the day, and that we get out early so you can actually do something fun.
Well, just to echo what everybody, no, I'm not even going to echo it. Just know that ditto on everything all the way around. But I'll also say that the leadership conference, we got to hear our very first presentation of our all-district mariachi band, which is a brainchild of Dr. Henry. We get a brainchild from him about once a year, and it's really, really nice to have. But they were awesome, and they hadn't had but a week's practice and maybe 2 or 3 days, and they did an awesome job. And then at the new teacher orientation, we got to hear the all-district jazz band. Again, a week's practice and then 3 evenings, and they knocked it out of the park. They were just, it was amazing. And
That was my second idea.
that was the, I thought they went together. Okay. Anyway, it was just an awesome beginning, and it's so much fun to walk around and meet the new teachers that are coming on board with Cy-Fair. And I just, it really invigorates you and getting excited about the new year. It really is. And then I'm going to do a shout out to my wife, who this Saturday, we will have been married 45 years. And I just say God bless her for putting up with me for that long. So she's been a great support.
Thank you all. We anticipate a great school year, and we say it's Cy-Fair Opportunity Fall, and opportunity is here. And just for our broader perspective on that opportunity, it's not just for our educators, it's not just for our students, but the opportunity also exists for our community. And you can volunteer in our schools. You can be a mentor. You can adopt a campus. You can be a bus buddy. There are so many opportunities that exist for you to make this district even better than what it is. So we look forward to you doing that, and it's going to be a great 2018-2019. We now move to the citizen participation portion of our agenda. Patrons who have duly registered per policy BED local may address the board regarding matters of concern or interest to the district other than the character of any student, staff, or board member. I would like to remind the audience that and the viewers that these comments of the speakers reflect their own positions or opinions. The board may not discuss or act upon any matter that is not listed under the action item portion of our agenda. Therefore, board members may not discuss the comments of speakers. Please understand that a lack of response from board members does not indicate agreement or approval of the comments. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes to address the board. Christine Hartley is our secretary, and she will be our designated timekeeper. We have one person that signed up, Katrina Branford. Would you please come forward?
Good evening, President Ogletree, board
Excuse me,
members.
Katrina, you are a veteran. You know how the light system works, so go ahead.
And Dr. Henry, I'm Sakina Branford, President of the Cypher Texas State Teachers Association, here on behalf of the National Education Association. The National Education Association's vision, mission, and vision statement supports public education, and I would like to reiterate these statements to you as their local representative. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to introduce our Cypher TSCA NEA Executive Board. Sherry Harper Walker from Kirk Elementary School, Vice President. Donna Lord, Cook Middle School, Secretary. Irene Rangel from Leader Elementary School, Treasurer. Tracy Talbert, Substitute for Elementary Schools, Membership, Chair. Richard Martin from Maintenance, Education Support Professionals. Christy Witt from Hopper Middle School, Communications. Beatrice Durandell from Holmesley Elementary School, Campus Leaders. And Randy Johnston, our TSCA Staff Consultant. We, the members of the National Education Association, are the voice of education professionals. Our work is fundamental to the nation, and we accept the profound trust placed in us. Our vision is a great public school for every student. Our mission is to advocate for education professionals and to unite our members and the nation to fulfill the promise of public education, to prepare every student to succeed in a diverse and interdependent world. Our core values include the following principles, which guide our work and define our mission. Equal opportunity. We believe public education is the gateway to opportunity. All students have the human and civil right to quality public education that develops their potential, independence, and character. A just society. We believe public education is vital to building respect for the worth, dignity, and equality of every individual in our diverse society. Democracy. We believe public education is the cornerstone of our republic. Public education provides individuals with the skills to be involved, informed, and engaged in our representative democracy. Professionalism. We believe that the expertise and judgment of education professionals are critical to student success. We maintain the highest professional standards, and we expect the status, compensation, and respect to all employees. Partnership. We believe partnerships with parents, families, communities, and other stakeholders are essential to quality public education and student success. Collective action. We believe individuals are strengthened when they work together for the common good. As education professionals, we improve both our professional status and the quality of public education when we unite and advocate collectively. There is no higher mission for us public school educators than those I've just reiterated. You can count on Cypher, Texas State Teachers Association, to uphold the vision, mission, and core values of the NEA, and to work with Cypher ISD to make them a reality for our students and teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. We'll now go to the balance of our agenda tonight. On the reports section during the Committee of the Whole meeting on Thursday, August 9th, the following report was received. As has been mentioned, the administration provided a report on the district's recommended safety and security action plan. On our agenda items, also during the course of the Committee of the Whole meeting, it was the consensus of the board that the following action items be approved as submitted or amended. 5 action items. 5A, the board will consider the approving of tax refunds of $500 or greater for Cypress-Fairbanks ISD. And 5B, the board will consider approving the minutes of the June 14, 2018 regular meeting. It was also the consensus of the board during the Committee of the Whole meeting that the following non-consensus items be placed on the consensus agenda. under C, this was moved to consensus. The board will consider awarding bids and contracts and or authorizing purchase orders as recommended in the posted agenda items. They were 1, Bridgeland High School CTE computer lab workstations and monitors. 2, Cypress Ranch High School marching band uniforms. 3, laboratory specimens. 4, paint and miscellaneous supplies. 5, RFID card printers and software. 6, Sibby.com online video coaching and collaboration platform. 7, Turnitin. Yes. Well, tonight they put the dashes in there. They put the hyphens in there. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for helping me with that. Turnitin annual renewal. 8, waste management services. Also, a move to consensus was a D. That is 1, CAA local fiscal management goals and objectives, financial ethics, that was revised. 2, DH local employee standards of conduct, revised. At 3, FNG local student rights and responsibilities, student and parent complaints grievances, revised. And 4, GKA local community relations conduct on school premises, revised. Also moved to consensus was E. The board will consider approving the granting of a water meter easement to Lake Forest Utility District for water tap and meter installations of Moore Elementary, and to authorize this superintendent or designate to negotiate the final terms and execute all related documents. F, also moved to consensus. The board will consider approving the memorandum of understanding between Harris County Juvenile Board and Cypress-Fairbanks ISD to participate in the JJAEP for the 2018-2019 school year. And those were the items moved to consensus. If any board member wishes to remove one or more items for further discussion, please do so at this time. If not, I will entertain a motion to approve the consensus items as recommended or amended.
Dr. Ogletree, I move that the board approve the consensus items as recommended or amended.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on anything? All right, all those in favor, please raise your right hands. It is consensus. We'll now go to the action items. 6A, the board will consider approving the agreement for the purchase of attendance credits, netting Chapter 42 funding pursuant to Texas Education Code, TEC, Chapter 41 for the 2018-2019 school year. We had a brief presentation on Thursday. Are there any questions on this? May I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move the board approve the agreement for the purchase of attendance credits, netting Chapter 42 funding for the 2018-19 school year.
I second Dr. Ogletree.
Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor, would you please raise your right hands? It is unanimous. 6B, the board will consider the endorsement of the candidacy for Georgian Rittmeyer, Klein ISD, position 4A, Justine Durant, Spring ISD, position 4A, Stephen Dennis, Channelview ISD, position 4C, and Daniel Hopkins, Frenchwood ISD, position 4C, for the TASB Board of Directors. Can we have a motion from
Mr.
Bob?
President, I move that we support Georgianne Rittmeyer, Klein ISD, for position 4A, and Daniel A. Hopkins, Friendswood ISD, for position 4C for the TASB Board of Directors.
Second.
All right, any questions of Bob? Any further discussion? All those in favor, please, right hands, all right. It's unanimous. 6C, the board will consider giving notice to Valerie Clayton that her probationary contract has been terminated. May we have a motion?
Dr. Ogletree, I move that the board authorize the board president to notify Valerie Clayton that her probationary contract has been terminated and her employment with the district has ended.
Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, all right. Any questions on that? All right, all those in favor, please raise your right hands. It is unanimous. All right, we are now down to the superintendent's briefing at this time. Dr. Henry.
Thank you, Dr. Ogletree, trustees. Before I start my prepared remarks, I'd like to thank Sakina and her team for being here this evening. I think one of the hallmarks of Cyfair ISD is that we all recognize that we are on the same team, and even when we disagree with each other, we do it with professionalism and an agreeability, even if we do disagree. So thank you for your leadership. It was really enjoyable working with you this past year, and I look forward to working with you, and I sort of look forward to working with Randy for another year. So, no, I look forward to working with Randy too. We've had a great relationship, and we hope to continue to model how professionals treat each other. Cypress-Fairbanks ISD earned its 8th consecutive five-star rating in the Texas Smart Schools Initiative. A 5-star rating indicates the strongest level of relative academic progress combined with the lowest relative spending. CFISD is one of only 49 public and charter school districts in the entire state to earn a 5-star rating. To put that in perspective, there's over 1,200 public and charter schools. CFISD has earned the highest possible rating in all 8 years of the FAST and Texas Smart Schools program, and I believe there's only 5 school districts that have done that, Stuart, all 8 years? 4. We're down to 4. The CFISD 2018 varsity football schedule was recently announced to include our newer programs at Bridgeland and Cypress Park High Schools. For the first time in the district's history, our 12 high schools will be split into 2 UIL competition districts. 7 schools will play in District 14 6A with Bryan and Tomball Memorial, high schools, while 5 remain in District 17 6A with schools from Spring Branch ISD. CFPD will begin utilizing the radio system of the Cyfair Volunteer Fire Department. The radio system was designed to help to transmit radio communications through building walls such as schools. Adding the police department to the radio system helps ensure more complete and seamless radio coverage for police officers and first responders in CFISD campuses and facilities. The 6th annual CFISD Back to School Expo, scheduled on Saturday, August 18th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Berry Center, provides the CFISD community an opportunity to register for school, stock up on school supplies, courtesy of Walmart Neighborhood Market, and benefit from wellness opportunities, including immunizations by the Harris County Health Department, vision screening by CFISD Health Services, and athletic physicals by Houston Methodist Willowbrook Hospital. We are preparing for the 2018-19 school year, which begins Monday, August 27th. Many people have worked very hard to get our facilities ready for approximately 117,000 students at our 91 campuses, and I can tell you that Roy Sprague is glad for every one of those days he has left till the 27th. New student registration will begin tomorrow, August 14th, and run through August 17th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at all our campuses. Please visit your campus website or contact your school for registration details and information. I know this is hard to believe, but I'm already announcing a holiday on Monday, September 3rd, which is Labor Day. All of our facilities will be closed. In the event of an emergency, please contact our security office at 281-897-4337. Dr. Ogletree mentioned it earlier. The CFISD Bus Buddies program provides assistance to elementary students in exiting their bus at the correct bus stop during the first 2 days of school. Bus Buddies is a valuable partnership between our volunteers, schools, transportation department, and the Cy-Fair Houston Chamber of Commerce. Interested volunteers can sign up to be a bus buddy by calling 281-894-3950 or via the district's website at www.cfisd.net. And I can tell you, although you'll be helping a child, you'll get more out of it than the student will. So come participate in that program. Thank you, Dr. Ogletree.
That concludes our agenda tonight, so we are adjourned. Thank you for attending and watching our meeting.